Hey everybody, what is going on? This is Daryl, and today I'm finally going over my experience at the Charlotte Amateur Championship. I've been meaning to do this for like 2 weeks now since the event happened. So let's talk about it. But before we do that, let's say this Saturday at 8 p.m. We're going to have July 5th, by the way, Saturday, July 5th. Cadence. I apologize, Cadence. Cadence Burge will be on the podcast coming off her big win at the Discmania Challenge this weekend, her first win on the Pro Tour. So we're very excited to have her come on the podcast, talk about that, talk about how she got involved with disc golf, so that junior ranks where she came up from, and everything. It's going to be an awesome podcast. So definitely come check us out Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, July 5th. It's going to be a great time. Okay, now let's get into the Charlotte Amateur Championship. First off, great time. They put on a really fun event. The first thing I did, I went down to Charlotte on Friday and picked up the packet at Another Round Charlotte, and it was really a fun shop that they have there. They actually have a, a bar there, really, and you have tons of discs. Everybody that I met, the staff there, everything was absolutely amazing. So what a great time that was. I picked up I picked up my packet. You know what? Let me go grab those discs. I meant to have those with me. Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah, that's not it. There. I know I should have had this already over here. Yeah, that's 30 seconds of dead air. I'm sorry. All right. All right. You get your packet. You have a little bag that everything comes in, and then you get to pick which discs that you want. So we had a Luna. Yeah, it was Discraft. So yeah. So we had a Luna, which really awesome. We had take my glasses off here. What is this one? So Jawbreaker, I think a Zone, I believe. 173, 174. And then the other two I thought was especially cool. Let's see. This is the Charlotte Buzzsaw Buzz, which I thought was really nice. And I have not thrown any of these. And I don't know if this is called like a flaming scourge. I know it doesn't. You really see it on the outside there. It looks really cool. And got a little. You probably can't see it too well. The Charlotte Amateur Championship logo on there. This one has actually been thrown once. My friend Clayton Lewis threw it, and he threw it a really long ways. So I should be able to do the same thing. I cannot, but it was really cool. All right, now after we picked up everything, then I went to the hotel, chilled there for the evenings. I knew it was gonna be a long day. Saturday we had 2 rounds. The first round was at Reedy Park, which I played there once. And to be honest, I remember the front nine. I did not remember the back nine at all. And it was so weird. It's like I know I played this course, and yet I have no recollection of the back nine. I played it with Rebecca Minix after she won last year's Charlotte Amateur Championship. And we recorded the front nine. We didn't record the back nine. Maybe that's why I don't remember it. I don't know. But it was so funny. I watched my friends Parked and Wrecked. I on YouTube checked out Parked and Wrecked. Awesome guys. I checked it out there, and I was like, "Wow, did I play that?" So anyway, we get there. I tee off on hole 10. It was I had a group of four, and everybody I played with in the tournament were absolutely amazing. So much fun. I highly recommend playing tournaments because, especially tournaments out of area. When I play tournaments locally, pretty much kind of know everybody. I mean, not everybody, but you kind of know most of the people around here. So when you play somewhere else, you get a different feel, you get different people, and you all have that same common love for the sport. And playing in MA4 division, because I'm not good. It's really cool because these guys are more like, yeah, we're out here to play, we're going to have fun, and we want to win, but we're not taking it like absurdly serious, which that's awesome to me. Let me type this in right quick. Let's see. All right, let's go back to the show. So yeah, definitely do that. Now I get to hole 10, and I've said this before. The worst time of a tournament for me is you get to the tee pad and you have, I think we had like 20 minutes. Yeah, we could throw a few if we wanted to, but I'm just like, I don't want to throw all my good shots before we start playing. Well, that was dumb. So and I'm just like you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Then the last 5 minutes, I'm like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to be? It's like you start building that some anxiety, and it's like, man, can we just throw already? Then they had the horn, the 2-minute horn. So now it's like, wow, 120 seconds seemed like a half an hour. So finally it's time to go. We look at the scorecard, and it's preset, so who's going first, second, third, and fourth. Fist bump. Let's go. Let's have a great event. So much fun. And everybody's teeing off the first tee. It's hole 10 at Reedy Park. It goes downhill a little bit, then kind of uphill. And the pin, they have like a little wall in front, like a retaining wall in front of it, and it's kind of set back a little. And this was my tournament, the first day, the 2 rounds, kind of in a nutshell. I was pulling. First tee shot, pulled it. And it weaved its way most of the way through. And then I had my little upshot. And this is another part of my game that is usually really good, is my upshots and then my putts. Well, I threw my upshot and it caught a tree that was up on the level where the pin is. If it had just gotten around that tree, would have had an easy tap in. Well, maybe not tap in, but like a 10-footer for my par. But I was probably about 25 feet. First putt of the day, 25 feet, just short. Got a bogey right off the bat. So I was like, meh. Not what I was really looking for. Obviously, day one, first shot. And let's see where I'm at. Okay. Hole 2, it is 301. got a par on that, so still pulled my tee shots. Hole 12, 13, 14, pull. And I was just like, come on, and I'm used to the first few holes being a little bit of a struggle to get warm, to get things going, to get my lines straightened out. It's a wooded course, so that kind of makes it a little tougher. But this course is not a tough course. It's not a tough course. So I should have been, if I just hit those lines, I feel like I can play that course under par and, start off with a bogey and 14, 15, 15 bogey, 16 par, 17, 18 bogey. I can't remember which hole it was, but there was one of the guys, he threw this beautiful, I can't remember which hole it was again, but dog leg right. And the guys, every time there's a right hand hole, a dog leg right there, I was like, hey, forehand, this is your hole. I wish. But he threw this beautiful Annie backhand. It just got there and it just went. Such a beautiful shot. He parked it, got an easy birdie. I was just like, wow, what an amazing shot he threw on that hole. Let me see if I can find out which hole that was. That might have been 18. I think it was 18. But it was such a beautiful shot. I was like, oh my goodness. So then we get around to the front nine, which I remember the front nine. I remember the front nine so well. Like every hole, it's like I had ingrained in my head. Back nine, it's like I'd never seen it before. So front nine, I'm just parring. Somehow I bogeyed hole 2. I should not have bogeyed hole 2, but I did. But everything else was pars. So at the end of the round, I felt like I was playing terrible because I was just pulling everything, but still ended up at just 5 over. And it felt like I was 10 over. It was such a frustrating front nine, or not front nine, 18 holes. Because I just know there's so many holes there that I can get. So at the end of the day, after the first round, the morning round, I was in 9th place. Let's see, how many back at that point? I was 6 back at that point. And I was just like, man, I just played that well. I just know I can. So then we go to Kilbourne. They called it I think they call it the All-Star layout. I think that's what they called it. And it's a mixture of, sometimes you play long tee pads, sometimes you play short tee pads, sometimes you go to long basket, sometimes you go to short basket. So it's kind of all over. And I played that, and I remembered the course pretty well, but I played shorts when I played there. So in the first hole that I played was hole 7. And for me, that's going to be a nice, from shorts, mind you, short to short. It's a nice little forehand around the corner. I feel like I could have a birdie attempt, but at worst, par attempt. And yeah, it ended up, it was supposed to be long to short, but they had it set up long to long. So right off the bat, I knew I was probably going to get a bogey on that at best. And let's see, hole 7. And I did get a bogey on it. It was actually a par 4 instead of a par 3. Okay, so yeah, it's 405. Yeah, for us, that's about right. But I just felt like, but also again, tee shots the first two rounds, pulling. This one, not only did I kind of pull it a little bit, but I threw it almost straight down from the long tee pad to the short tee pad. it all, if it had been like a half an inch shorter, I would have got a nice skip off of the short tee pad. But instead it just missed that and hit a root like 10 feet past the short tee pad. And I was like, doggone it. Oh man. But that would have been nice to get a little skip off that. Maybe it would have given me a little momentum. But because at this point, frustration was kicking in strong. Again, playing the first 18, no birdies on a course that I feel like there's so many opportunities for me. Even with my little distance that I have, I felt like there's so many opportunities. This course I felt like was going to be a lot tougher for me to get those birdies. Oh wait, let me mention this too. Round one, it actually had me +5 was an 815 rated round. To be honest, I feel like that's soft. I really do. I don't think I didn't feel 815 out of that round. I really didn't. Round two, it was bogey, double bogey fest. I started off with a bogey, hole 8, 205 par 3, got a par there. I felt all right about that one. It wasn't great, wasn't terrible. Hole 9, par again, felt okay. Still pulling it, still pulling my tee shots. Yeah, and then 10. By the way, it was 19 holes round 2, 18 holes round 1, 11 par, 12. 12 is the one. I'm trying to remember which one 12 was. Because there was one of the holes, it was one of the par 4s that I threw my tee shot, and it kind of goes up a little bit and then kind of down. It's a long ways to the long pin from the short tee pad. Might have been the long tee pad, I can't remember. But I threw it straight into the ground, into the hill, and it got a good skip forward. So that definitely helped me out. So all in all, I was like, wow, what a frustrating thing. Yeah, I mean, and as this round went on, I mean, it was brutal. And I would tell you the hole that finally, it didn't break me, but it was real close to breaking. There was a hole that it was apparently short to long, and we threw our tee shots. It was a par 4. We had no idea where the pin was. According to the map, the pin sign, it should have been straight, but the pin was actually way over to the right. So me and one of the other guys, we threw as if the pin was straight. And then we get up there and we're like, where's the basket at? We're looking all over for it. And one of the guys goes, is it that one way over there? It was that one way over there. It was like, oh my goodness. And me and the one guy, we weren't happy, but I took it a lot worse. I did. I was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, to me, that's the only two hiccups I think in the tournament was that basket and the hole 7 where it was supposed to be long to short and it ended up being long to long. But that long to long is not a big deal. But that one basket where the pin was way over to the right and we threw to the wrong area. So, I mean, I would have probably still got, what did I get? I got a double bogey on that one. So, yeah, but other than that, it was all right. Then, we finished I was like parring and bogeying everything else until we got the last two holes. The last two holes. I finally found my release point. I threw really good shots. I went par, and I finally had something positive coming out of this round. And I was like, okay, all right, maybe next round we're gonna be all right. Maybe, I don't know. I was in 10th place at the and my thought was, and it was plus 13 for the round, and it said 801 rated. I'm just like, there's no way. that's 801 rated. It was terrible. So, and my goal coming into the tournament, there were 15 people signed up in my division. This is my first 3-round, 2-day event. So my goal was like, I just want to finish in the top half. So 8 and above is where I wanted to finish. So after 2 rounds to get to 8, I need to make up 5 strokes. 5 strokes. And the way I'm playing, I'm like, I might finish last. No, you know what? I didn't think I'd finish that because after 2 rounds, we had one person at plus 25, one person plus 21. So I thought I might drop 1, maybe 2 spots, but I didn't think I'd finish last. But also, I did not think, okay, I'm going to pick up 5 shots. Let's see. Yeah, 5 shots. Yeah, I was like, I'm not picking up 5 shots. I don't think that's going to happen. Just because just the way I was playing. And I know I played with one of the guys that was 4 shots ahead of me. So I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to get there. So then go home, get some food. Go to the hotel, get some food, rest for the night, and just get up early the next morning. Try to loosen up. I'm telling you, when you get older, things are not happy. Back, legs, shoulders, like, oh my gosh. But after we get going, get over to the course, we played Wing It for the last round. I'd never played that course before. I watched my friend's video, again, Parked and Wrecked. I watched their video there. I'm like, okay, I kind of have a little bit of an idea of where stuff is. But again, watching a video compared to actually being on the course, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. So I started out on hole 15. Yeah, hole 15. And it's 207, a tight downhill shot. And all I'm thinking, I get there about 10 minutes early, and I meet the 2 guys that's on the card with me. And all I'm thinking is, am I going to shank am I just going to pull this first shot right into this tree 25 feet in front of me? I'm guessing 25 feet, something like that. And I'm just thinking, am I going to hit this gap? Am I going to do, or is it going to be a really long round? So finally, we hear the horn go off, time to go, fist pump, let's go. Let's have a great round, guys. Let's finish strong. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. So I'm actually going last on the card. So, I get there and they throw shots. One of them hits a tree. One of them is down there, not quite to the basket. So I get up there and I'm just like, all right, get my forehand. Let me just hit this gap. I'm not going to try to, get all the way down. And I throw this shot. Hits my gap beautifully. Ends up like 15 feet to the right of the basket, raised basket, and I'm kind of in this little tree. And I was like, oh my gosh. If I had been 2 feet to the right of that tree, wide open putt, and I know I would have made the putt. But that tree was like, I had to do a stagger putt. I mean, not a stagger, but I had to. Yeah, my feet weren't good. So I putted, just barely lips out. Oh, I was like, man, that could have been my first birdie of the tournament. Yeah, you play those first 2 courses, you have opportunities to get birdies. Yeah, I said that. One of the guys goes, wait, you didn't get any birdies yet? No, I didn't. So I just lipped out the putt, tapped in. All right, go to hole 2. Hole 2 is really a backhand hole, a little bit uphill. Was it like 2 something? 232 uphill. And I throw my shot, and I throw it up the hill. I throw a forehand Annie, and it turned a little early. Caught a tree. I had about an 80-foot uphill shot. just loft it up there, let it come back to the hole, easy tap in. No, I hit my line, everything. I threw it was probably 110. I was like 30 long. I was like, it's bread and butter my game, up shots and putting. So now I got about a 30 footer coming back, slightly downhill, inch low. Oh, it's like, oh, this might be a rough round. So I got a bogey on that one. And I felt like, man, I definitely let a shot get away right there. I picked up a shot on one of the guys on hole 1, gave it right back on hole 2. Hole 3, through 15, 16, hole 17. My hole 3 now. So I threw my shot down there, threw a really good shot, hit the line I wanted. Everything looked good. It was a little shorter because it was downhill, then kind of came up. I threw it a little low, but the line itself was right. Height was a little off, but I threw a good shot. I'm like, okay, we might have a little something here. Threw my next shot up there, tapped in for par. All right. Then we're on 18. Pulled my tee shot again. But I had kind of an opening, so I got there, tapped in. All right. Okay. I'm 1 over through 3 holes, and I'm just like, man, I really should have made that. I really shouldn't have bogeyed that second hole we played. It's frustrating. All right. So then we get to hole 1. Threw a decent shot. I had not a great shot. It was a little early release. Not early release, but it was a nose up, and it just kind of died. And I had about 100 feet to the basket, and really nothing really straight away. There's a couple trees kind of around the basket, but I can get to the basket. And when I threw, I went up. I don't ever do that. And it caught a limb like 30, 40 feet up. And I'm just like, what? And so it ended up being about 20 feet short. I was like, oh, man. And I putted inch short. I was like, come on. I felt like I should not have had those 2 bogeys. With my upshots, I should not have had them. 2 upshots that I butchered. And I was like, come on. Now I'm thinking, okay, I'm not moving up today. It's not meant to be. But that's okay. You know what? I'm going to have fun. So I thought. So next hole, I throw it's an all right shot. Then I had a little upshot, then I tapped in for par. So we're okay there. Next shot is a really tough par 3. It's downhill, but there's a gap, but there's a big tree in the way. So you really have to throw right hand, backhand, a big hyzer, get it up, have it come down through this gap. I don't have that. So I'm just like, there's kind of a line of trees that's probably 20 foot deep, but it's not like there's no way to get through it. It's not likely to get through it. So I throw my forehand, I catch an early tree, and I'm like, oh gosh. And I'm looking, and I'm like, I have no way to get there. No way. And I see off to the right, I see a little gap there. I'm like, well, I can't. There's no way to hyzer it that far because I'm not very far away. It's just like, you know what? I just flick the roller. Hit beautifully, curls up. I'm like 15 feet. The guys were like, that was an incredible shot. Oh my goodness, that was phenomenal. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, I was so impressed with that shot. I shouldn't be like, oh, look at me, I threw a great shot. But I was very impressed with that shot. So I get there and I'm just like, I'm taking this punt for granted, and I miss it. I missed this 15 footer. And at that moment, I was like, okay, my bread and butter gone. My forehand, I'm pulling. My up shots, I'm not doing well at all. My putt is now gone. At this point, it's just like, all right, I've got 12 holes. I'm through the first 6 holes I played today. I'm 3 over. I've got 12 holes. I'm just going to finish the tournament. I'm going to quit yapping about how bad I'm playing. It is what it is at this point. It is what it is. I'm not going to finish anywhere near as well as I had hoped. It's okay. From then on, different ball game. I start hitting some lines with my backhands. My forehands. And I was just like, wow. My tee shot on the next shot was a little low, hit the line perfectly, skipped and come around. If I had gotten it up a little bit, might have come back to the basket. Yeah, but I had a little upshot, tap in, par, next hole, let's go. And from then on, I was really hitting the majority of my lines. There was a couple I missed. Hole 5 is one I missed. I really wanted that one. My friends Parked and Rec, they sponsor it, and they got their name on the hole and everything on the pin. So I was like, oh man, on the baskets. I was like, darn it. Wish I had done better than that. I did pull that one, but I had a little upshot, tap in. Next hole, decent shot, not great. Tap in, par. And then I threw this shot, and I don't know how I hit this line. I threw my shot exactly how I wanted. It kind of flexed a little bit as my forehand kind of came in right around this one tree. I thought I had nailed this tree. Right around it, come out, got up, rolled about 15 feet. I had about a 35-footer for birdie, and I drained the birdie putt. So I finally got a birdie. It took me, let's see, how many holes is that now? 4 and 7 is 11. It's like 50 holes. I finally got a birdie. I was so happy. And one of the guys that was with us, he's played that course a lot, he said, and he looks at me and goes, hey man, there are not going to be many birdies on that hole. And I looked, I had the only birdie on that hole for our group. Not for our group, but for our tournament. I was like, that's pretty cool. He's like, you're picking up strokes by getting a birdie on that hole. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So next hole, best bench I've ever seen. And the guy that he's like, okay, before we go, I'm going to tell you this. This is the best bench on any disc golf course ever. And you got this bench. It's like a nice little L-shaped bench. I was like, this is an awesome bench. He's like, right? Isn't it the best one? Great bench. I was like, oh my goodness. And I had the honors. I was like, hold on, so let me go sit back here a second on this bench. All right. I threw my tee shot, and I threw a good tee shot. Not a great. I pulled it just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. And I had my upshot, and not great. Okay. Then I had I was a little further out than I thought, and I threw my next shot, and it was kind of like a little island. But I got up and down, got my par. Now, this is the thing that I was so tired at this point. But the next hole is hole 9, 317 par 4. But it goes up a hill, then it turns and almost makes a U-turn. It comes back down a hill, and you really need a backhand there. I threw my forehand, and I really cranked it. Nice up. It was with my St. Pro up, and it was coming back right in the almost in the fairway. And the one guy that's been telling us about the whole course, he looks at me and goes, he's like, wow, that was a great shot. That was almost disturbingly great. After you've seen all the shots I've thrown through the whole tournament, Yeah, I think that's probably right. It was a disturbingly great shot. But I mean, I didn't get a ton of distance, so I'm still a long ways away because it went up and then it comes back. Um, I mean, really, I guess this is right. Probably around 190 to the pin, and it goes down a hill and it turns, and it's a lot of woods. You have this lane to hit, and I'm kind of up against a tree, so there goes my forehand. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to try to throw it down the hill, try to get close, try to hopefully get a par. So I reach back and I throw this thing. It's my orange glitter diamond, and I threw this thing. When I let it go, I was like, "Oh, that looks really pretty. That looks like a really nice shot." I'm just hoping it's not too short, and 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 it goes up behind the trees. All of a sudden, you hear chains, and this is me. Like I look at the two guys, and they like immediately look at me as like, and I was like, did that go in? And the guy's like, I think it went in. I was like, did it go in? And because they were closer to me, and the one guy he goes like 15 feet up. He goes, it's in. I see it in the basket. And I was like, is it in? He's like, it's in. So my first ever eagle. I have no bird. I mean, no aces, but I now have a tournament 2 on a par 4. So I mean, making that shot, oh my goodness. I was I was like, as bad as I played the first 2 rounds, and just and when that went in, I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just did. And the one guy looks at me and goes, that's the best thing I've seen all week. And I was like, oh my goodness. And from there on, I just parred everything. I had some good shots and some shots I was like, man, I should have done better on. But the final hole, actually, I I threw a decent tee shot, not great. And then my second one, I was trying to throw again an ante. It was a long par 4, and I threw my ante with my Saint Pro, caught a little bit of a limb, kind of knocked it down. So I had a long upshot. It's slightly uphill, and there was a guy from the card behind us that was walking up, and I threw my forehand, and I was like, "Looks like a pretty good shot." But when it went up there, I was like, "Oh man, that might be 30 long." And we get up there, it was literally 3 feet from the basket. And the guy from the car, he's like, "Wow, I thought that was really long." I was like, "I did too." So I finished with a par, and I ended up having an even par round. So if you look at the front 9 to the back 9, I was 1 under on the front 9 by the card, not by how we played it. And I was 1 over on the back 9 by the card, not how we played it. So, but even par, that was a 883 rated round, my highest rated round, and I was really happy about that. I had the third best round of the tournament. The birdie hole had the only birdie on that hole. The eagle, only eagle on the hole. So highlights. I had 3 holes that I got bogeys on. I felt like I should have made those, um, and but I didn't. But I didn't. And the first 2 rounds, I felt like I should have played better. But after that, I went from, was it ninth place, 10th place? I went from 10th place up to a tie for 5th. So that was a huge round. I beat some players by that were ahead of me by 7 shots, 5 shots, 6 shots, 7 shots. So I made up a ton by being even par, and I was 2 shots off of getting to 4th. And I was just like, man, if I just could have had that forehand working the first day, not pulling everything. I really felt like I should have got up to third. I really felt like I could. I mean, the top two, they were way up here compared to everyone else in the field. So all in all, awesome time. Looking forward to hopefully doing some more tournaments like that. Just because meeting new people, first of all, that really have that same passion for the game, and knowing that, hey, we're MA4, we're not going to be dominating anything. So yeah, it was so much fun, so much fun. And people ask me, why did I not play in MA50? Some of those guys are rated up like 920, 940. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just barely over 800. So I'm gonna skip those. I'll stick in the division where I belong. And hopefully I can get up to MA3, maybe, and play with those guys. But what a fun tournament. The people that put on the Charlotte Amateur Championship, they do a great job. The courses all looked amazing. The 3 courses I played. Last year when I went there and I saw Rebecca play, she played Scrapyard the last day. And that's the first time I actually met her in person. And I got to walk that course. Like, man, what a beautiful course. What a beautiful course. So all the courses I played in Charlotte are absolutely amazing. So definitely plan on trying to play that event again next year. And I've been trying to find some more tournaments down there. So much fun. So that is my 2025 Charlotte Amateur Championship review of kind of how I did, what I felt about it. The frustration of the first 2 days, and the glee, the excitement of getting my first ever eagle. Wow. Just wow. So yeah, definitely looking forward to more events. And so that's what I had there. So much fun. Now I'm looking again Saturday. Definitely check back with us Saturday when we have Cadence Spurge on after her first ever Pro Tour win, where she just won the Discmania Challenge out in Iowa. So that's pretty awesome. And she played one of the best courses, the most recognized courses out there. And what a battle going down the stretch that they had. So much fun. So definitely looking forward to that, and hopefully having more guests on. We're getting back to doing some more playing and some more recording on some of the courses. It's just been so hot. And two, not going to lie, after the event, I lost a little motivation. I've got 2 videos to edit I've had for like a month now. So I'm finally going to get those edited, get those out. I'm sorry that the content hasn't been there as much. One of the things, me and Jason's 10 under challenge, that was off for 2 months. A big part of that was me, my shoulder not doing too well, and vacations and the heat outside was just not suitable. So yeah, we're getting back to these things. So again, we're sorry it's been so long, but definitely keep with us. A lot more happening. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and so much content coming. But that's all I got. And thank you guys for watching. You guys have an incredible day.